Everyone, what's going on? Today is Tuesday. We're about halfway in between episode 3 of WandaVision and episode 4. And let me tell you, I am excited because, as I said last episode was so full of plot and lots of talking points for us to discuss. So let's jump right into those theories we had about things that happened in episode 3 as we get ready for episode 4. Okay, first of all, let's mention this. It was in a bit in episode 1 and also a little bit in episode 2, but mainly in episode 1, I guess. But speed has not always been a power of Vision's. Now, are they just retconning this? Is this something that they're just making new in the MCU? What's happening? We'll see. Because they can just do that now. Wanda, new power from her reality. This could be also in her brain. This could be explained by her trying to make Pietro part of the reality in some way, even though she knows he's dead. And we'll talk about that later in the episode, for real this time. This time when Vision goes, I think something's wrong here. And and Wanda rewinds it. It's a new kind of rewind. I told you last episode we saw everything happen again in reverse, and then but this time it's more like a cut, and that's cool. It could just be part of the decade thing, or maybe her powers are going stronger. That's just something we should talk about. Because of that, we saw her rewind it then, and some other stuff later. Wanda is definitely in control of this whole reality. When they're naming them in the new nursery, Vision mentions he wants a kid to be named Billy. Wanda wants a child to be named Tommy. And they're like, oh yeah, this is a girl. If it's a girl, we don't have to worry. Well, it turns out they have twins. And this is a nice callback, or at least them staying more canonical with the comics, where that's what Speed and Wiccan, their super powered children, are named. So let's hope that they're actually real this time and the devil doesn't take over them from the comics or whatever. We'll see, because I really want them to be in here as Young Avengers, which makes us think now, how old are they going to be in the final episode? Will it be teenagers? Hopefully, because then they can join Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Miss America, and everyone else. Maybe like Spider-Man, as the Young Avengers. And that's something I'm really looking forward to, because, if they keep that from the comics, they'll have their powers. Will Wanda keep her power stability is another question, because this episode, her powers are going woo woo woo, but that was also just because she was pregnant. So I'm gonna say probably. Now the neighbors were also very suspicious of Geraldine, or Monica, as she is. Will they forget her, or will they just be like, oh, she went on vacation because Wanda said she had to go quickly? Honestly, I hope so, because that would just make it a lot more interesting, because Vision has not forgotten about her. And if they do, and it's not Wanda that makes them forget, how much are they all in on this gig? Because they go like, we're all, and then Agnes cuts them off. So are they all sword? Are they all fake parts of her reality? Do they know that, though? Because if they were, they would have to be conscious in some way. But I mentioned, are they sword? Geraldine is sword, and they were suspicious of her. We haven't yet had an enemy in the show. They start being suspicious of this reality with Vision. I don't think Vision knows that she created this, and makes sense. Does Wanda know? Maybe. We still don't know, because she's like, well, I'm not sure how I got here either in episode 2. but she also knows that she can control it with the rewinds. Anyways, this is where I think if the devil or Mephisto is to be brought into the show, this is where it should be. He maybe knows that Wanda created this reality, and maybe Mephisto sent some pawns in there, and maybe they are all pawns of him. This would be the only way I think these theories of Mephisto in the show could become true, and I would believe it. I think it would be a pretty bizarre idea to introduce to Vision, because Herb was saying that, and it also just seems so bizarre. We'll see. I really do hope then, if Mephisto is part of the show, the devil, I hope we do still get an introduction of the X gene. It's getting less possible, but we'll see. Hopefully mutants do a pop-up. And yeah, I'm not sure. So at the end of the episode, we see Monica go out, blasted through. So now, as we get into the next episode, start thinking about that. What are we going to see? Hopefully, each episode, as they're going through the sitcoms with 80s, 90s, 2000s, we know, especially in the 90s episode, Vision gets more determined. He goes out, he touches Agnes's head, and she's like, oh, are you the Avengers? Or are you dead? Whatever. And so she realizes, which also starts to disprove the Mephisto pawn theory, because she's got to be human somehow. So what are they all? We'll see. I'm not really sure. Put your theories in the comments below. But next episode, we're going to see more Sword. I think so. I hope so. What was Geraldine doing there? It's a really big question that we have for the future. Was she reporting? Was she sent in by Sword on a mission like the beekeeper? Probably. But was she in on accident because she said, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing here? Was that also just like a part of the line to get closer to Wanda? Because Wanda definitely does not know what she's doing here. Was Sword monitoring Monica or Wanda? Probably Wanda, because, you know, it's all around her neighborhood. They were looking. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And why exactly did Monica bring up Ultron then? And we get to episode 4. It's going to be 80s themed. They're going to be raising the children. We'll see if maybe they start also growing quicker. Or maybe not. Maybe this is when they actually start growing at a regular rate, because that'd make them die really quickly in the world. And I don't want that. I want them to stay here. I want them in the world. I want the twins. Need them. I need them. So there's not much to predict besides maybe more Sword. More fun. We know 90s episode has the Halloween from the Instagram. This goes by decades, and then 90s episode, they're dressed in their comic accurate costumes. How do they know about that? Like that she had the headpiece in the comics? I don't know. But we'll figure that out later. Yeah. I'm just as confused as y'all are. I have no clue. But those are my thoughts and predictions. And kind of theories, mainly, for episode 4. Put your theories in the comments. If you are interested, if anyone's watching this, I don't really know. But thank y'all so much for watching. If you did watch, really. See ya.